Hello, YouTubers. Osak here on December the 28th, heading to the new year. Happy New Year's a little early. And just thought I'd cover a subject that seems to be of interest to a lot of folks right now, with everything going on in the world. For those that pay attention, there's obviously a lot of things happening that could cause upheaval, I guess you could say. People get hungry, they tend to panic and do things that they shouldn't do. But when you're hungry, it's a very motivating force. And even when they're not hungry, like you look at what happened in Buffalo, New York here recently with just the snowstorm and all the looting that took place. That's just not a good sign, folks. And it's something that everybody needs to be prepared for, and you can do it pretty reasonably for a pretty reasonable amount of money. And I'm talking about taking care of your self-defense needs, defending yourself and your family. And a lot of folks didn't grow up with firearms like I did, and a lot of folks did that were fortunate enough to have that. Um, and so, it's a new thing. You're maybe not necessarily anti-gun or anything like that, but you just don't know where to start or what to do. So I'm just going to make a couple of recommendations for people that are new. And the first recommendation is to check out a lot of videos like this to start with, and kind of get everybody's not everybody, but other people's recommendations. But I try to follow a couple things for people that are new to firearms. One is the KISS principle, okay, keeping it very simple. And the second is to make sure to recommend first and foremost that you get some training, okay, gun safety, and then gun function and maintenance, okay. And this could come in the form of a friend that's knowledgeable. I mean, when I say knowledgeable, I mean really knowledgeable, not just somebody who says they're knowledgeable. Okay, and you'll just have to be the judge of that, I guess. You can also, of course, get courses just through your local ranges, gun ranges. A lot of times there's folks that NRA certified. I would counsel that you want to look for that can do a gun safety course and help you with the function and learn how to fire your firearms safely, and talk to you about storage and all that kind of good stuff to help you just be set up properly with it, and have enough confidence that if the need were to arise, you could put them into action. Okay, so now given that, and having said that, I want to recommend two different types of firearms for new people. Okay, people new to guns that want them for primarily defensive purposes. Okay, now the first one is for home defense, and could also be if you're on the go and you're in your vehicle, something of that nature, and that would be a good shotgun. Okay, now I'm going to recommend to you a specific model and brand, I guess you could say, and that would be the Mossberg, actually under the Maverick label. Especially if you're you're wanting to keep things reasonable on the cost side. Maverick shotguns, a 12 gauge Maverick shotgun. This is a pump shotgun. It's made by Mossberg. It's actually made in Mexico and finished in Maverick County, Texas, which is where the name comes from. And it's a very basic pump action shotgun with a shorter home defense barrel, typically 18 or 20 inches, and with a cylinder bore, which means it has no constriction. It's not choked, so it allows the shot to spread out a little bit more. And they're very reliable and excellent for the value. You're talking about $200 or less. If you have an Academy nearby, Academy stocks these and has them available, almost all the time. And other places have them as well. I'm not just plugging Academy. But I personally have a Mossberg myself. I'll just show you what I'm talking about. I have a 590. And this particular model is a kind of a military type model, I guess you say. They have one, a 590A1, okay, which has a thicker barrel on it. and a couple of other things. Like this has a polymer trigger guard. Okay, the A1 has a steel trigger guard, and things like that. But as you can see, it has rear sights. These are aperture sights, so it's a what we commonly call a ghost ring. So you can keep your eyes, both eyes open, and you can see and this will actually kind of fuzz or go out of focus, and you focus on the front sight, and you'll see the front sight is a bladed front sight and has an orange insert. Now this one, these typically, and the Maverick's going to be very similar to this, okay? And this is clear, by the way. I've got the action open, as a matter of fact. But just to show you, nothing in there. And the rounds go in the bottom. They go into the magazine tube right here, and this will hold 8 rounds. Okay, this is a 20-inch barrel model. All right, and the 18-inch barrel would hold, I believe, 7. Or wait a minute, I'm sorry, it holds 8. This holds 9 rounds. This is a 9-round capacity. But I highly recommend the Mossberg products. But you know, if Remington 870, they make a home defense shotgun as well. It's a little bit more money. I'm just recommending the Maverick because they are so economical and they are just excellent shotguns. You can do a search on YouTube for Maverick 88. That's the model number. And you'll see reviews of them. You can see I have a sling on mine, and just basically set up for home defense. Now this one has a bayonet leg on it, okay? You probably won't need that, but the Maverick generally doesn't come with a bayonet leg. But I just happen to like this particular model. It has a heat shield on it and everything. So, all right, so just wanted to mention that. Now the ammo you're going to be putting in there is 12 gauge. That's a 3-inch chamber. The Maverick also has a 3-inch chamber, but the most common is 2 3/4. And you can the two things I would recommend are double-aught buckshot, and also have some slug loads. These are slugs. You can see they have a big old chunk of lead in there. This is an awesome power level defensive load, okay, if you should need it. We're talking about defense against vehicles. If you stick one of these into the grid or the grill on a vehicle, it's going to punch a huge hole in the into the radiator, and that sucker will overheat very quickly. Okay. Also, needless to say, into the windshield of the driver, if necessary, if they're attacking you. This would be a great thing to have. Okay, but you could also shoot birdshot and other things out of there as well, if that's all you can get. But 12 gauge ammo seems to be available everywhere. It's reasonably priced, and so it's easy to get for almost everywhere. Okay, so that's the first thing, first and foremost. And then beyond that, I mean, it would be good if that's all you had. Okay, if your budget's limited and you don't want to spend more than $350 between ammo and firearm, then go with the 12 gauge like Maverick 88. That's my recommendation. Now the other one I'm going to suggest is a 38 or 357 actually revolver. Now this one I have here is a Taurus model 605. It's a 5-shot 357 Magnum. Okay, also obviously clear and not loaded, empty. And as you can see, it's a nice compact revolver. All right, holds 5 rounds in the cylinder. And these are great because you can shoot 38 Special, 357, both out of the same one. So it gives you a little more, availability of ammunition. Just to show you the two types of ammo. This is the 357. Excuse me, kind of hard to show. This is the 357. Let me put them like that, maybe. I don't know if that's showing up. That's hard to do. I didn't think it'd be so hard. Basically, the 357 is a bit longer than the 38. Okay, 38 Special. Other than that, they're exactly the same. And of course, the 357 has a much higher chamber pressure than the old 38 Special. But the 38 Special is a great defensive round. And this is an old tech lead hollow point, or lead nose or soft point hollow point. Okay, this one's just a soft nose 357. Now you can get much better higher tech type ammo for them. Okay, but I would recommend getting the 357 revolver, but carrying, if you need to carry it loaded with 38 special like plus P. Okay, it'll obviously easily handle that. These run around $300, $350. Okay, so they're not going to break the bank. But they're easy to carry. You can put like in a jacket pocket or something during the cool weather, or just get a little holster that for the strong side, or however you want to do it. They're very easy to carry, easy to conceal. They're more organic looking than your typical auto loader. And as far as the function, you just push the side lever in a little bit, and that allows the cylinder to drop free. If you have rounds you've shot and you need to reload, there's your ejector, like that. And then you just drop the rounds in. Now I have something here I recommend. It's called a speed strip. Okay, this one is actually a quick strip, it's called. All right, and you can get these on like Midway USA, places like that, and that allows you to carry in a very convenient flat form a reload or two if you need. Okay. And the way you use these, I won't go into much detail here, but you basically stick them in the chamber like that, and then you pop it off, and you can stick two at a time in, as you can see here, like that. And then you just peel it off, and then you drop in, and you just keep going around until you got it loaded. Okay? But that's what I would recommend as your second item. Now, you notice I'm not recommending a 22 long rifle. Nothing wrong with that, I guess, if you're really limited and maybe have arthritis or something. Then go with 22 long rifle for your pistol. They make these types of revolvers in 22 long rifle as well, and those are higher capacity, sometimes 9 rounds in the cylinder. But 22 is just not as effective as for self-defense. Not that I want to get shot with a 22. I'm sure you don't either. But the 38 Special has a very good record, and 357 even more so if you can handle that. But it does kick quite a lot out of these revolvers like this. Now you could go with a bigger revolver, but they're just harder to conceal, and they cost more. So I'm trying to keep it kind of budget friendly. All right, again, this is a Taurus 605. You could get a 38 Special only, not a 357. That would be the 856, Taurus 856. I think it's 856, 568. I get the numbers messed up. But if you go in, again, I'm going to plug Academy again. They carry Taurus revolvers of this size, and you can see what they have. I do recommend both of these. This 605 has been wonderful. I've never had any problems with it, and it shoots right to point of aim, and is very accurate, more accurate than me. Okay, so just wanted to give you a couple options there and make those recommendations. And if the need arises, you can be assured that you'll be ready at least to face that problem. Okay, thanks so much, and happy holidays, everybody. Happy New Year. Hope everybody had a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you next time.